sort of entertaining?
No.
Sort of, no. Yeah, the symbol, in the movie they show when they're doing what we call them the call-in game, where say I'm spotting and I'm calling Mike in. I don't actually go like this like the movie. You don't remember that scene? Yeah, it's a little more subtle than that. But that was the Hollywood version. It wasn't intended to be a documentary, so that's okay. But the point is, though, to really understand how card counting and blackjack at MIT are so intertwined, you have to go back about 40 years to a guy by the name of Ed Dorff. He was a professor at MIT at the time. When he invented card counting, he discovered that you can actually have an advantage over the house. So it was only fitting that 30 years later, a company called Strategic Investments, co-founded by Bill over here, and two other guys, John and JP, started at MIT. It was very fitting. And it was 1992, don't remember the exact month, but Bill will tell you more about SI when he gets up here. But in 1992, he started a company called Strategic Investments, aptly named as a limited partnership, and it was through SI that I got involved. A guy who on the team named Mike Aponte, who you saw in the video, who's my business partner at the Blackjack Institute, was always disappearing on weekends, and I didn't know where he was going, and he'd come back with these wads of $100 bills and a bottle of Dom Perignon, which wasn't corked. So that was his trick. He would always get a bottle of Dom. If anyone saw the movie, with the guy taking the bottle of wine, well, Mike used to always take a bottle of Dom Perignon. So we had like 20 bottles of Dom Perignon in our fraternity on this faux mantle, this fireplace, which is probably the champagne was probably worth more than everything else we owned combined at that point. So, but it was through SI, Mike got me involved on the team. So I guess in a sense, Bill's my blackjack grandfather, because Mike brought me on and you brought Mike on. So in 1993, when I was housemates with Mike, I got into the team. He said, do you want to join the team? And I said, sure. So I went to the first meeting. I didn't know any of the rules of how to play blackjack. I didn't know anything about it, but I learned two things at that first meeting. Is that one is blackjack can be beaten, using a mathematically proven system, and two, that I was going to get doing some pretty damn cool trips. So I was in, and the first trip I ever went on with the character from the book Bringing Down the House called Martinez. I played with him and I was doing something called card eating. And within about an hour, we had made about $55,000 at Trump Plaza. So that was the first time I had ever played, and I was in hook, line, and sinker. And when you talk to people on the team, it's kind of funny because most of the people on the team won their first trip out. Because it's kind of cool, because even though it wasn't our money to win or lose, we got paid no matter what we did. But when you do lose money, it's a really gut-wrenching feeling. So if we would have lost $55,000 that weekend, I probably would have been done right there, because it really feels horrible to lose that kind of money, especially when you're in college. Because most of the time in college, I'm getting ramen noodles at 12 for $1, and then I go to the Vegas for the weekend, and we were getting steak dinner and filet mignon and all kinds of stuff. So it was quite a difference in lifestyle. But unfortunately, SI folded and closed down, I should say, by the end of 1993. December 1993, SI was over, and for me, I thought my blackjack playing days were over. But in 1994, a new team was formed, and this new team, we decided to kind of make some changes to how we were doing things. The new team had a much smaller bankroll too. The bankroll of SI was about $1 million, but of the new team, our bankroll was about $300,000. And one of the things that we discovered is that if we really wanted to keep